In this video, we're going to take a look at the distance formula and explain how that works out. So, the formula for the distance between 2 points in coordinate geometry is given as square root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. Now, the way that formula is derived, if we look at our diagram here, we've got the point x1, y1 and the point x2, y2. So if we just draw a line going down here and just get to this point here, that point there is the point, is the value x1, because it's the x value for this. And if we do the same thing going down from this one, this second point will get x2 down here. And if we do the same thing going over to the y-axis, we're going to get y1 here, and we're going to get y2 here. So now what we're going to do is, with our line, we're going to form a little right angle triangle, like this. And the length of the line on the right here is going to be the difference between y2 and y1. So it's going to be y2 minus y1. And the length of our bottom line here is going to be the difference between x2 and x1. So it's going to be x2 minus x1. Now the length of this line segment here, D, is a hypotenuse in a right angle triangle. So what we could say is that the length of the hypotenuse squared, which is D squared, is equal to the sum of the other two lines squared, which is Pythagoras theorem. So x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. But we don't want the distance squared, we want distance on its own. So distance is going to be equal to, and it's going to be the square root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. But we don't really need that in order to know all that, to actually just apply the formula. So the formula itself is up here on the top left, and we're going to look at these two this pair of points over here. So the point 3, 4 and the point 5, 5. And we're going to get the distance between those two. So what we'll do is we're going to label them up first. So that's x1, that's y1, that's x2, and that's y2. Now it doesn't matter which point you call point 1 or which point you call point 2, just as long as you remember to take x1 and y1 from the same point and x2 and y2 from the same point. If we put these into the formula, we're going to have 5 minus 3 all squared plus 5 minus 4 all squared, and that's all going to go under square root sign like that. If we tidy up inside, 5 minus 3 is 2, and 2 squared is 4, and 5 minus 4 is 1, and 1 squared is 1, like that. So we're going to end up with the square root of 5. Now, the square root of 5 is not going to be a whole number because 5 is a prime number. So in this particular case, the square root of 5 is 2.236067977. But there's no need for us to write all of that. So we'll just round this to 3 decimal places for now. So it's equal to approximately 2.236. And that's how that works.